Hello everyone, and welcome to today's analysis of the NQ and a bit of the ES. It is the 10th of October, Thursday. I didn't make a video yesterday, but I did post analysis in the server, in the Discord server. So if you saw that, well, you'll know that I saw this as a break of structure. Now, we were about here, and I was looking for. I had a few ideas. So I was looking for an area above this point here, at or above this point, for potential continuation. I called this the LLBU, which was the lower low before an uptrend, right? So we had this little mini downtrend, came into this block. This was the last bit of kind of external liquidity that was taken on this push up. I was looking for either a swing fail of this or a push up just above this. We had a nice block here that we came into. Now, I did think we could come down here below these lows, which didn't happen. It actually reversed from around here. So if you caught the long here, and even if you got in, let's say about here, and you had the stop under the low, and you targeted Hong Kong, that'd be a nice 3.4. Now, as we can see, it rallied crazy if you held that. Sure, look, whatever, hindsight. But there was a nice long to be had here to take Hong Kong's high. I did give my reasoning of why I wouldn't necessarily have a take profit above Hong Kong's high, because the Sydney high here had taken nice bit of liquidity, and actually around that time ES came into Hong Kong's high. I would have taken profits around there. We had a nice point of control of this consolidation up here too. So it seemed like a pretty good TP. Seemed pretty good, and it was. Now, it kept going. It's kind of crazy. I expected us to come down again, which didn't happen. They just kept pushing it up. We had kind of equal lows down here. We have two RTH gaps below us now. Definitely something to note. If we go into the 5, let's have a look at this gap. That's not right. Up here, RTH gap. And below it, we have the big one. Now, with this move up, it seems like to me that they didn't have enough liquidity to like available down here to warrant filling it, right? And they even left another one here. So we got two stacked here. Where are we going next, right? Well, this break of structure up still to me is, it's valid, but we still have, we're still able to come back into here, right, and maintain this uptrend. So I would say it's still kind of low liquidity. If we had taken this area here and then pushed up, I would say this is a higher kind of stronger break of structure. But you know, we did push up into these highs. I guess I should have seen the fact that we basically had made flat highs here, right? We basically made equal highs. And yeah, we had this kind of inverted curve here. Makes sense. It does make sense that we came into here. I guess I just didn't see it properly. I've been a bit tired over the past few days. But you know, I was saying I was gonna look for a push up. I gave my two areas that I thought it might bounce, and one of them gave the bounce. Just to hear, for me. And you can see after that, you know, US played around a bit, so I like that. I like that as a TP. So what's after happening? Well, this push up internally, we're leaving some things behind. This is a pretty drastic close up here. Closing up above here is it's pretty significant, right? Maybe the trend is pretty strong. We maybe could push up. I mean, the ES has just once again put in an all-time high, right? I must say I didn't expect it to do it like this, but there you go. It took 1 pip of liquidity, basically, down here, and just pushed up. ES has taken the all-time high again. NQ still has a lot to go above it, and I still have levels above. If you'll remember, maybe 2 weeks ago or so, I was talking about the levels I'd be looking at for a short on NQ, potentially. But I said I was also cautious about the liquidity we have sitting here, and the fact that, like, this, if we aggressively go for this could mean that there's a very large rally incoming. Like, if we do create structure up here, claim nice liquidity, and start pushing up above this, like, I don't know how well these highs are really going to last. It's a very steep liquidity curve. We're pushing back up into it, you know. So yeah, money flow is starting to come up. It still seems like it's kind of struggling. There is obviously a lot of selling pressure up here. But you know, taking this high, yeah, it's definitely probable. I did have my levels up here; they haven't changed. Just didn't expect it to happen so quickly, you know. You can see I was thinking about an idea for a short here, and yeah, that didn't work out. But let's see. So, what do we have today? What's actionable today? Well, personally, I'm not going to be trading a lot today or over the next few days. I'm going to take a small break. I've had okay couple of weeks, you know, and the market is really just, it's in a very emotionally fueled state that my trading style doesn't really work very well with. This was pretty nice, you know, this trade. I think I got in a bit better. Like here, it was really nice signs coming into this block. I think I got it out around here. It's 4-1. Happy with that, and now we have kind of very extended push up, and we're building liquidity below. But let's make some cases for what could happen today. Let's start with the good old Asian session. So let's do it on this chart. As far as I know, Sydney's high and low are taken. Yep. And what we're left with is an Asian high, which is also flat highs. Let's mark that. Definitely a target, right? Kind of flat highs up here for Asia. Even though this close above this kind of wash area is significant, I'm going to focus on the fact that this is the break of structure. Right? You could argue that closing above these equal highs is the break of structure. Either way, what it means is we can retrace into this area comfortably before pushing up again, right? So we're in UK at the moment. What do we have below here that we can get an interaction of? Well, this is notable to me. Be a bullish break structure, right? Took nice liquidity in here. Okay. And this is the point that it internally broke structure. So I'd say that inside here we could get some, maybe some action, but we'll have a look at that in a sec. Our change of character occurred kind of all at once up here, right? And then our break of structure perhaps happened here. We have liquidity all the way up into this. These highs is descending into the equal highs. And we have, as we know, a RTH gap right above us. Huge one. We're coming again into a mitigated RTH gap. If we come again into it, there's a chance that price doesn't really stop and tries to fill that gap, or maybe taps the 50%, just like it did down here. Look at that 50% of that gap tap. Filled it and it just pushed away. So the market feels like it wants to come up into here. Whether that happens today or tomorrow or Monday, I don't know. But it's definitely a bit tricky to understand exactly where they want to go and when, right? But let's just make a case for today. So I like this area down here. I'm going to zoom into the 1 minute and look at this consolidation down here that happened at the equal highs, right? There was a little wash here. This is a nice one, but I'm going to mark this because this seems like it's a contained swipe. And then we had this, which was the something break of structure. This is right on the high. It could give us a reaction. It could also knife through it. Looking at the 1 minute, we do have a block down here, and this block seemed to take liquidity. And it was the block that led to this more extended push up. So there is a chance that we get a bounce down there if we come down. Let's focus on above it. Do we see anything actionable? Well, I like this block. Why do I like it? Well, it took internal liquidity and it led to an internal break of structure. It's a 1 minute block. Let's have a look at this area here. That extends back into that a bit. Point of control is consolidation. The point of control is down there. We have a volume gap around here. You can see that, a steep volume gap. I would call this, I would say it also has a volume gap attached to it. And it's vector recovery, right? So, GB, so green vector. This block could do something. It would also swing fail this, and that would be some nice liquidity to take. Oh, coming right down to it. Now, what about below that? Well, this big red vector, actually, let's look at that. Hey, yeah. Yeah, so this is part of a bigger block, right? So there's a 5 minute block here, and inside of that block, there is a 1 minute block. So let's mark that up. And I believe if I take that that tool again, I don't like the way it does this. Let's take it from there to there. Point of control of this consolidation is up around there, but I wouldn't be buying on it. I'd be looking for a swing fail of it, which could Could be happening now. I don't know. Let's have a look at money flow in a sec to see if this bounce right here could yield what we're looking for. Below that, there's this block that is right on this pivot point. It's a past structural point. I would be kind of cautious though, taking longs into here, as we do have this large liquidity area. And as I said earlier, the break of structure that I'm going to be reliant on is down here. As you can see around there, actually we have a 1 hour block. So I would focus more on this block if price would come into it. It seems like that might be the one to focus on for US. Perhaps. This 3-minute order block to be marked inside here is part of a fair value gap. There is a chance that we get a bounce from there. There is. But I depending on how we come into it, that's where the focus will be. This there's a block here and there's a block here. We have New York right above UK, right? To control. We could look for a bounce around here. 20,270 $20,270 or so, maybe. But if they really want to slice into here, they can, you know. And they could swing fail any of these lows. So I would be cautious when price comes down into here. I would. We can still get a retracement into this to push up. It's definitely possible. We have targets above there. Now, whether UK wants to continue from here or they want to come down into these liquidity areas, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. I like these extremities, so I'm going to take a fib extension, see if anything lines up. Look at the 1.68 down here around this 1 hour order block. So it could be that we take liquidity into a nested block down here, right? One here, one here. No more vector recovery left. I'm noting this, right? These blocks seem to be used. I'd be cautious coming into here. There is a chance that we could get a bounce around yesterday's open. But I can also see them kind of wicking price down. I mean, see how quickly we've moved up here? You know, a retracement into the structure is definitely possible while maintaining the bullish uptrend that we have. We have vector recovery down here as well. Taking a long off this 3-minute block might be a bit risky. Don't know how high probability it is. It would just be a mitigation of an FEG. It would be at a very kind of expected area, right? It's a bit obvious. Now, look, it could turn into support, these highs. So yeah, that is an area we could focus on. Let's zoom out and see exactly where we are in context of everything else. You can see yesterday this consolidation. Well, you can't really see, but this consolidation here, this small little bounce, bounced off the point of control of this past range, which also turned into support resistance flip, right? The value area high is up here. We have a volume gap right below us, and we're coming into the high volume node. It's below those highs. See that? So I personally would wait for price to base out here a lot, or else take the liquidity it wants to down into here before taking any longs, even though we have the flat eyes here. What have we come into? We basically have come into a 30-minute breaker, which was this Yeah, it's the point of control of this. We filled some vector recovery here. A move down is definitely possible, right? It's definitely possible. Let's have a look at the ES. The ES came up and made a new all-time high. We have a bit more of a curve here. It's the same thing going on. Now we didn't get hidden money flow divs, I don't think, here, did we? Looks like kind of PA that would give that. No, we didn't. Yeah, I don't know if this is gonna last, right? For the UK session at the moment, I would give it another half an hour. It seems like we might be bearish. We did come in and take technically external liquidity here, and we're coming into this block. We could bounce from this block up and then US bring it down. There's a chance. But you know what? They have been crazy with these pushes up. It seems like they could just spend the whole week just, I don't know, hunting shorts stops, you know? It's a bit impulsive, this whole thing. You know, it's fairly impulsive. Targets above, I'd be really careful, guys. Look, we did come into an hour block here, right? How is money flow? Oof. Money flow did diverge on this area here. Retracement could be on the cards. Zoom out to the 4 hour. Yeah, money flow is very thin. It would be a small retracement, I guess, just because the waves aren't really lining up. Maybe a hidden div on this guy. Could come in, push up. Yeah. It's very impulsive, this whole move. But we have targets above us. There are areas below us that could work out. Let's zoom out again and look at this larger picture. The high volume node that we could bounce off, I would kind of wait until these equal highs here that we took. I would wait and see how price reacts around there, because there is a chance that it kind of slices through a bit deeper, right? Depending on what we do. But, you know, price coming up for UK and taking out Asia's highs before US wicks down is definitely a possibility. Seeming as money flow has diverged pretty drastically. Yeah, money flow has diverged pretty drastically. US could make the move down, right? And UK just range up here, take the highs, and then US have a kind of slam down into structure, right? So we're getting absorption, kind of getting absorption in this block. I don't know if I'm crazy. I don't know if I'm crazy happy about it. Yeah. Maybe put in a hidden div. Oh, I don't know. I'd be careful. I would be careful. Yeah, we could have a retracement up from here for US to kind of put in the top of the M and then push down into its block down here. It loves doing that. It loves like coming back into its blocks, like its initial balances of the previous days. Like look here, like US here, right? Buys here, they buy here, brings it up into where they initially sold, they sell off there, and they bring it down, and then they buy in this balance here, like right on it, they like bouncing around between their levels. They get straight to their money. So UK consolidating up here, taking out the high maybe once more, and then pushing it down is something that's likely. And this could be could be it. Let's see if we go into the 1 minute and see if we're getting absorption into this block. Yeah, money flow is definitely coming up within the block. We did take liquidity here. We seem to maybe we're inducing liquidity here. The worry is that if I was taking along from here, I would see even here is a bit much. I would get scalps, but because of the situation we have here, I would kind of be putting my stop below the block and maybe looking for, I don't know. Well, I missed the move anyway, if this is it, but it would be something like that, right? You could take it on internal structure that we're making. It's all up to you. Got a hidden div here. There's a chance that this is the push up. So I'd like to see what structure it makes here. Maybe if I can get a nice entry, something better than what I just showed you, that would be cool. I'm not going to trade today, but yeah, there is a chance that we push it up from here, take Asia's highs, and then wait for US to bring it down. That's what I'm seeing anyway. I'll leave my chart with you here, and yeah, happy trading, guys. I'm gonna step away from the charts for a few days. I'll still do the daily analysis, but it might not be as thorough as the last few have been. But yeah, I'll do my best to give you my views on the market. So anyway, peace, guys. Happy trading, and we'll catch you tomorrow.